The place I moved into was small. One room, one window, a quiet street. It was clean, it was safe, but it did not feel like home. If you haven't watched part 1 of this video, you can click on the I button above to watch it, and the link to that video is also available in the description. Now, let's get back to our story. I realized something then. Loneliness does not arrive loudly. It sits beside you, very calmly. In the morning, I woke up early out of habit. There was no one to make breakfast for. I boiled water, made tea, drank it slowly. I looked at the empty chair across from me. For a moment, I almost spoke. Then I remembered. I was alone now. The days passed quietly. I kept myself busy, cleaning, organizing. I placed my things carefully, as if order could bring comfort. But sometimes my hands would stop moving. A memory would appear without warning. My son laughing as a child, calling my name, running into my arms. Those moments felt like they belonged to another life. At night, the silence felt heavier. I would lie down and stare at the ceiling, the same way I did the night she told me I was no longer family. I asked myself many questions. Did I fail as a mother? Did I love too much? Did I hold on for too long? There were no clear answers, only feelings, soft, tired. Weeks passed. My son called once, just once. His voice was polite, careful. "Are you okay?" he asked. "Yes," I said. "I'm managing." He paused. "That's good," he replied. Then the call ended. I held the phone for a long time after, waiting for it to ring again. It did not. I began taking short walks in the evening. The air felt fresh. The sky changed color slowly. Watching the world move helped me breathe again. I noticed small things. Children playing, old couples walking quietly together. Life was continuing, even without me at the center of someone's world. One afternoon, I found an old letter while unpacking. It was from my son, written years ago. "Thank you for everything," it said. "I would not be who I am without you." I sat down and read it again and again. Tears came then, not sharp ones, soft ones. That letter reminded me of something important. Love given is never wasted, even if it is forgotten by others. Slowly, very slowly, I stopped blaming myself. I told myself, I did my part. I raised my son with honesty, with sacrifice, with love. What happens after that is not always in a mother's control. That thought brought me a small amount of peace. I started praying more, not for things to change, but for strength. I asked for calm, for acceptance. Some days were easier. Some days were heavy. Healing, I learned, is not straight. It moves back and forth. One evening, I cooked a meal just for myself. Nothing special. As I ate, I realized something surprising. I was not waiting anymore. Not for a call, not for an apology. I was simply living. That felt like a quiet victory. I still loved my son. That never changed. Love does not disappear because of distance. It just becomes quieter. I hoped one day he would understand, but I did not hold my breath. I chose peace instead. Time has a gentle way of changing pain. It does not erase it, but it softens the edges. Months passed, then a year. I learned my own rhythms. Morning tea by the window, evening walks when the air cold. I stopped measuring my days by phone calls. I stopped waiting for footsteps at the door. I began to belong to myself again. One afternoon, there was a knock. Not loud, not urgent, just a simple knock. I opened the door slowly. It was my son. He looked older, tired in a way I recognized. We stood there for a moment, neither of us speaking. "I was nearby," he said. "I thought I should come." I stepped aside. I let him in. We sat at the small table. I poured tea. My hands were steady. He looked around. "You've made this place nice," he said. "Thank you," I replied. There was a long silence. Then he spoke again. "I didn't handle things well," he said quietly. I listened. "I thought keeping peace meant staying quiet," he continued. "But I see now, silence can hurt too." I nodded. I did not interrupt. "I know I let you down," he said. "I didn't protect you the way you protected me." His voice broke slightly. I felt something move inside my chest. Not anger, not bitterness, just understanding. "I never wanted to be a burden," I said softly. "I just wanted to be included." He looked at me then. Really looked. "I know," he said. "I see that now." We did not solve everything that day. There were no promises, no big words, just honesty. And sometimes that is enough. Before leaving, he stood at the door. "I hope we can talk more," he said. "I hope so too," I replied. He hesitated, then leaned forward and hugged me, not tightly, but sincerely. When the door closed, I sat down slowly. I felt something rare, peace. I did not blame my daughter-in-law anymore. People act from fear sometimes, fear of losing control, fear of losing love. I chose not to carry resentment. It was too heavy. Forgiveness, I learned, is not for others. It is for yourself. I still live in the same small place. It is enough. I still love my son. That will never change. But I no longer disappear inside that love. If you are listening to this and you feel pushed aside, forgotten, or quietly replaced, please remember this. Your worth does not disappear because someone fails to see it. Love given sincerely leaves a mark, even if no one thanks you. Sometimes family changes shape. Sometimes it moves away. But you are still whole, still valuable, still deserving of peace. I did not lose everything. I lost a role, and in its place, I found myself.